Aries, sun, moon, and rising. August of 2025 will be one of the more lucky years, lucky months of the year, 2025. It's all connected to Jupiter and Venus, and they're going to come together and give you beauty, love, and luck and prosperity in matters to do with your home life, property, land, and just the idea of what you're doing in your home being very fruitful, very abundant. That yet I'm going to say you're going to go through a really tough first week of August. It's where the gears are grinding. You're going to come into amazing oppositional tension at some juncture in that early week of August connected to other people, and you're going to be at a battle of wills. So this first week of August is going to test you, but as you move through the rest of the month, things begin to open up, things begin to unfurl. Very positive stories in your story of Aries, sun, moon, and rising. So today I want you to listen to our 25 to 30 minutes together from the framework of understanding how to time your best month using astrology. And I'll be talking about your sun, which is your career purpose, your moon, which can be matters connected to your home and home life, but also your rising sign. Listen for that to perhaps be like the simulation avatar that makes you quite prone to circumstantial change, as that's the character you're playing here in the game of life. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian, and I am using the Western Tropical Zodiac. Whole sign houses, fixed stars, and minor asteroids are a part of my regular content here on YouTube, where I produce more than 20 to 30 videos a month, and all of them are all science content. So come join me, hit the like button, and subscribe if that's your cup of tea. Now, on top of that, I would just share one thing about me, and that is I'm a teacher. I've taught many hundreds of astrology classes, but my signature class is my Sky Reader. Be your own astrologer, time your best life. The sixth time teaching this class, and it's coming up in September, mid-September. Add 6 weeks. Come join me. In our description box below, you'll find access to the enrollment link and also perhaps maybe the early bird discount notice. It depends on how soon you're going to get this video. The early bird enrollment link is open as of July 31st, but before that, there's an early bird discount wait list. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be your code to get a percentage off, which is 20% off the tuition of this course. I'd love to see you there. Come join me in a live Zoom class, 6 weeks long, and I'd love to see you there. All right, so let's get going. Let's talk astrology. Some of you know my regulars. I've been moving. I'm still moving. This is my new place. I've got like 4 days left to get all my stuff out of my old place into my new place. So I'm still trying to figure out where to sit and how to set myself up here in my little bird's nest of a place. So if the lighting's a little bit weird, I'm just going to do my best with what I got. Now, what I want to show you here is I want to show you the sky. When I do the monthly astrology for the astrologically curious, looking at me, my face, talking to you. Why? Look instead at the sky, and I'll show you what's actually happening. So we have a lot going on this month, and we have some sign changes as well. So we're going to break that down as we get going, including our lunations this month. Some of you know, by the way, that I have my product, the 2025 All Signs Bundle, and individual signs is still half price. But as of August 1st, if you want to wait a little bit longer, you can get the rest of the year's forecast for your sign, 2-hour videos each. You'll get that at even a deeper discount than half price. So hang in there if you want to wait till August 1st, when I will lower the price again from half price to 2/3 off, from $33, from $66 to $33. And now I guess it'll be like $22 for the bundle, or $15 for your sign, something like that. Check it out as of August 1st when I changed the pricing. Now, let's talk about you. Let me show you the sky here, and you'll get a lay of the land. So the first thing I want to talk about is your Mars ruled, and Mars is a big deal for you. And Mars is going to cross into Libra. And when he does that, you're going to be finding that a little bit turbulent. So we're going to get to that point because Mars is the ruler of your sign. It will be a critical, bumpy first week of August. But let's talk about the entirety of the story of the first week of August. As we enter the beginning of the month on the 1st and 2nd, Venus is squaring Saturn. This may feel to you like there's some kind of grit in your daily life at home. What goes on in the home, from the home, and connected to your home life may have tension when it comes to romance, love, and friendship, or even just to do with matters of beauty and ease and harmony in the home. Saturn is you working hard or being the taskmaster, as Saturn is giving you that sober-minded realism, squaring the goddess of pleasure in the home, the goddess of fun, the goddess of friends and love, and sometimes money. For some of you, it could just be, it's very short, guys. It only lasts the first 2 or 3 days of August, but it could be a feeling like something got to give here. What pleasures are you having to forgo in the home? What beautiful items in the home are not happening the way you want? What romantic love and romantic stories in the home seem to be struggling? And that may be only 2 or 3 days, but because you're facing it in a square, you will be noticing that Saturn is helping you cope, helping you become more of a realist, more of a pragmatist about whatever this difficulty is in the base of the chart in your fourth house of home. August the 8th to the 10th, August the 8th to the 10th, you're going to notice that Mars, your Lord, is going to end up being opposite Saturn, Neptune in your sign. Now, I would also say, your hard-ass realism is trying to penetrate the fog or the confusion that is being offered up by Neptune. So when we move to Mars into place, there's no more confusion. There's something here about the following themes to pay attention to. I'd say you're feeling it as early as the 6th. I'm going to change my notes for that. So starting on the 6th of August and then through to the 10th of August, Mars opposite Saturn, opposite Neptune. You might find yourself feeling that you have to go into a matter of not battle, but a tug of war, an opposition with a major long-term love partner, with a major client or business partner, or sometimes Mars here can act like trolls in your social media landscape, or if you have an audience in marketplace, a particularly angry, maybe litigious customer. So be careful, law litigious for lawsuits and stuff. But it's just this kind of, oh my God, what am I dealing with over there? Mars is not in good shape. Mars is in the sign of his detriment. He doesn't do well in Libra. And so because he's there in his detriment and not in good shape, you have strength too. You're Saturn, but Saturn is also not in good shape. Saving grace, there's a mutual reception of sorts. And it's basically called, Mars is in the exaltation zone of Saturn, and Saturn is in Mars kingdom. There might be a little bit of a way to work together. So if you feel like something's going on August 6th to the 10th, where you feel like you're going to have a tug of war with a situation or another person or a legal matter or a client or your significant long-term love partner, this tug of war can be mitigated. You can work something out, but you will feel that first week of August, this sense of the bumpy ride. Something doesn't feel easy. Something doesn't flow. Good news is Mars is trining Pluto in your 11th house of great gains in your career. So you may also at the very same time be dealing with a tug of war with some person or some situation where they're aggressive, angry, conflictual, gnarly, maybe separating. Sometimes Mars just separates us. Your significant other is going to travel a distance away from you at that time. And it's nothing more than that. But the trine to Pluto will indicate a lot of focused action, a lot of powerful, not aggression, but some ability to power up for greater career gains and success as you apply some directionality and some decision making to the area of the chart that represents your audience and your marketplace for those of you who have it. Whoa, it's an intense sky that first week. But when you move past that first week, things begin to smooth out. So as we go forward, you're going to notice that around August the 10th, 11th, Saturn is going to be in a beautifully powerful sextile to Uranus. This energy is coming in the sky through the Aries zone, favoring you as this story beginning on the 10th becomes quite exact. A surprise, a breakthrough, a break free in areas of writing, communicating, maybe selling or marketing or teaching, and sometimes travel. Good news about Uranus here is he's talking to that Saturn in your sign retrograde. Some of this may also be connected to projects you've been doing in the past, a writing project, a teaching project, a travel opportunity or a destination from your past. And you may have a breakthrough or a feeling of liberation, or just some kind of excitement that's surprising. So positive surprises, and you're handling them in a Saturnian way. You're pragmatic, you're realistic, and you're calm. You're kind of like steadfast about the whole thing, but there's a nice bit of surprise here. As we move into August 10th to the 12th, you'll notice we'll have a full moon coming up. That's going to be at 16 degrees of Aquarius. I'll show you that moon shortly. The actual day of the moon will be August the 9th. So 9th, 10th, you're starting to feel it. And we'll also have Venus conjunct Jupiter. That's why I started with this is one of the luckiest months of the year. Double your luck, double your money. The moon itself on the 9th, 10th of the month, time zone dependent, is happening at 16 degrees of Aquarius. So that will be this moon here. We'll go back a day. At the time of the lunation on the 9th, it'll be at 16 degrees of Aquarius. It's a full light. It's full. Yeah, it's a full light. It's a full illumination of something you began 6 months earlier. It's connected to friends, to allies, and benefactors, and that can bring a real spotlight on people who wish to help you. And with Pluto there, full moons here will tend to bring you for the next 15, 16, 17, 18 years until Pluto leaves Aquarius, powerful, wealthy, and influential people who wish to be of support to you in some way. So we have a beautiful sky for that. And it's also a full light on your goals, your dreams, your wishes for your life. What do you want to achieve in this lifetime? And a full moon can help you illuminate or clarify that. But you're coming off a new moon 6 months earlier where you planted new goals, new dreams, and new ambitious seeds. So now you can see it light up in a full blossoming way. And at 16 Aquarius, of course, if your Aries sun, moon, or rising is anywhere near 16, then you're really getting a lot of love, a beautiful energy flow to you from this new full moon energy coming into our sky at the time. So what about Venus and what about Jupiter? Take a look at this. Now, it's kind of interesting because some people could say like an Indian astrology is like a planetary war, the two agendas from two benefic planets. I've noticed it usually looks like a fortuitous or opportune event. It's going to be happening at exactly 14 degrees in the sign of Cancer in your fourth house. And you're going to feel it in play August 10th to the 12th. And in essence, the energy of August 10th to the 12th can indicate something to do with abundance and fertility. For example, Venus is sperm and ovum and Jupiter's children. Somebody's having a children. Well, someone's getting pregnant. Somebody's having a baby. There's a fertility narrative. Well, because of Mercury in your fifth house of children, it's possible the news is coming that one of your children is having a baby. Why? Mercury's sextiling the god of surprise, Uranus. So you may find out that you're going to be a grandparent, or you could also have something growing in the home, something luscious, something fertile, something beautiful, and maybe about your money. Wealth and prosperity is Jupiter's gig. Venus is money and luxury. Put those two together, Jupiter exalted, something gorgeous is happening. Jupiter's building a beautiful trine to the North Node in Pisces, exact around September 1st. And you're starting to feel it building up. And it can lend itself to some great gains financially from distant shores, foreign lands, and foreign people, from something you're teaching in the home, something you're doing in the home, something you're creating in the home. And the other element of this story could also be an opportunity for a distant shore property purchase or sale, or land property endeavors going very well. In other words, should you wish to sell or buy property, you could have a glow up, and or renting properties as well. So there's this kind of nice vibe going on here. I don't know if you want to have a pet under this. They're in the house of your home, things you love, things that are, joyful, things that are abundant, like children. So, litters of animals. And the South Node in the sixth house would indicate karmic pets, like, a return of a lost animal. Like, I don't mean like missing. I mean, like your pet passed away and your pet wants to come back, but there could be an opportunity here for some fruitfulness around a pet. And that could be something that's occurring for you with great joy and ease and blessings around August the 10th to the 12th. Finally, Jupiter himself is exalted and he is in such good shape here, but this is a house of money that you get from your mom or dad or family of origin. And so maybe there'll be a lucky blessing through a parent, some money coming your way that you didn't anticipate. And it feels like a joyful financial blessing. And some of you may feel that coming through as well. On August the 14th to the 17th, Mercury sextiles Mars. Mars is the lord of your sign, so we care about what happens there. Mercury here flowing to Mars can be a bit of the following things: a creative, entrepreneurial, artistic opportunity, that could be about commercial success, a chance to work on something that is artistic or creative with somebody else, and a lot of excitement and passion about that. You might also find August 14th to the 18th. Mercury rules the word agents or brokers or whatever, and you might find yourself getting in contact with someone who wants to agent your work or bring it to the public eye or be a publicity type person for you, whatever. It looks like a nice little touch, like a sweet touch for you, right? And with Mercury at this time also trining your first house with, Saturn and Neptune there's nothing to complain about. This is going to feel very, very positive. Mercury will have moved into the Leo part of your sky way back on June the 26th, okay? And he doesn't leave till September 18th. And this is his retrograding back to the early degrees of Leo. So it can remind you a little bit about some of the things you were doing in June, the last week of June in particular. There's things about your last week of June that are kind of reoccurring or reviving a little bit for you around this time, around August 14th, even to the 21st. Okay. Now, the next thing to pay attention to is that Venus, the goddess of love and beauty and fun and joy and positive developments and good things and money and prosperity and luxury. Okay, got it, right? She's in the fourth house still, and she hasn't moved, and she comes into a perfect flow to the node of fate. Now, don't forget, Jupiter will do it too in September, around September 1st. Exactly. So there's a lot of flow here for you. And the fourth house is the midnight hour. What creative, artistic, prosperity projects, fertility projects, growth, expansion, or teaching projects or learning projects are you doing in and from your home base in August? Well, I mean, I'll be teaching Sky Reader in September, but I'll be revising Sky Reader and doing the next iteration. I'm an Aries sun and moon, so I can relate to the sky. So I'm being creative in the home as I revise the actual course curriculum and add new material. And so this flow is like almost like creative joy in the home, but it's flowing to the north node of increase and worldly success in the house of digital income, borderless revenue, far off foreign lands and places. The same thing is good for traveling. Well, you wouldn't travel off of this necessarily. You could plan a trip abroad. You may schedule a trip to a far off foreign shore. And during this month of August, you may also find yourself, and again, we're kind of leaning into August 14th to the 17th, really. You could even find yourself having destined fated intersections with foreign people or people in far off foreign lands that help you increase your prosperity. And it's also connected to the South Node, which is the work you do. And some of you with that South Node are letting go of work and work situations and work habits and work routines that aren't right for you anymore. It's time to release those and let them go. And you can see with Mars going through your house of one-on-one clients, a lot of you are cutting clients or into one-on-one work from your life. As an Aries sun, I know that's already what I will be doing as I move towards writing books and teaching rather than consulting. Oops. I apologize about that. We just lost your sign because I moved somehow my day. Oh, yeah. We got to move you back. Let's go ahead. Oh, that good old ascensional time, right? Now, what about moving into your next story? So as you see, we've already moved into the third week, right? We're talking about August 14th, then the 16th, 17th. Now the August 19th story. It's an interesting sky for you because you're getting a lot of chironic healing in the month of August because Chiron has been moving through your sign since 2019. Some of you have felt wounded about your appearance. You've had some physical health challenges. You had an identity wound. You're not sure you feel right in your own skin, especially, Aries sun, it could have been a chironic wound around career, although Chiron could have made you a mentor, guide, or teacher as well in your career since 2019, which he did for me. Chironic wound in the moon is a wound about your home and where you live. I certainly can relate. And a chironic wound to do with your rising sign is about your health, your identity, and your body. Now, Chiron is getting ready to finish in 2027 forever his Aries narrative. He's going to be meeting here, starting with a bunch of people to help you heal on August 19th. He's going to be trining the sun the sun will be moving through the late degrees of your fifth house. And on the 19th, the day before and after, you will notice something really sweet wants to happen. What may happen is you may find yourself right here feeling on the 18th, 19th, and 20th, some kind of deep, profound joy and relief and creativity and wonder and awe. Now, the sun has been doing this to Chiron here once a year around the same time of year ever since 2019. So it's not particularly rare. But what makes it special is that Saturn and Neptune are retrograding in your first house. So it's bringing you the ability to make your dreams come true, to be a visionary realist, and you're going to nail that skill set next year. And this is your trial run to get that visionary realism blended together to make your creative, artistic, and entrepreneurial dreams come true. And this is a nice little spot around the 17th to the 19th where let's go 17th to the 20th, where you really feel this sense of a wonderment, awe, and joy about what you can accomplish. It's good for also letting go of addictions, because the sun is in the house of pleasures and Neptune is a god of addiction. And you may finally have turned a corner in a beautiful way with, say, sobriety or some kind of program around releasing yourself from an addictive pattern or substance. On the fourth week of August, okay, that's where we're headed next. On the fourth week of August, we're coming into a new moon in Virgo, as well as some really interesting stories. So let's break it down. On the fourth week of August, starting on the 21st, 22nd, we have a new moon in Virgo while Venus is squaring Chiron. Well, we kind of talked about this Chiron story. So Chiron, Venus, square, starting to build up August 21st, 22nd. This is going to end up feeling like Venus is pushing and shoving you around to finally heal this Chironic wound around your identity, around your health, around your career, or around your home life. Now, she is with Jupiter and she's in good dignity and she's angular. And so changes she will bring to your attention have to do, what do you really value? What do you really love? And what do you really desire to attract to you regarding all areas of your life? She does rule your marriage house where Mars is traveling. She could ask you some very serious questions here. What kind of love relationships do you really want to have in your life? What kind of client relationships really serve you? What kind of home life and home routines and home situations are to your greatest benefit, because they're in alignment with values that you hold dearly and you truly desire these things. And so she's pushing and shoving a bit. It may feel a little bit gritty. I will give you that square to Chiron, but I think it's going to be very helpful for you. And the sun at the same time still trining Chiron, there is a light showing the way, and the light is through the wonder, joy, fun, and play of life. If you're not inspired and enthusiastic by what you do to create wealth, then Venus is giving you a course correction on August the 21st, 22nd. At the same time, the moon will be brand new at 0 degrees of Virgo. Watch that lunation slip over here. Now, it's all time zone dependent. Some people it'll be on the 22nd, some people it'll be on the 23rd. New moon, new beginning, fresh starts are building up in the sign of Virgo. This energy at 0 degrees of Virgo opens up a new beginning in your health routines, a new beginning in your work and work routines, a fresh start and a new beginning in rental properties, pets, debt and debt management, work and service. So it's a fresh start, new beginning. And the South Node is there. And we haven't seen that since 2006 and 2007, where you had a South Node lunation in Virgo this time of year. So you can go back to 2006 and 2007, fellow Aries, and ask yourself how you reset health, reset yourself when it comes to new beginnings in the work and the kind of work you do. That was when I began my first digital revenue, writing a product for tarot.com, writing it in 2006 and having it released in 2007. That's an example, right? And I had gotten in 2006, unfortunately ill from a parasite in a lake, and I had to change my health protocols too. So revising, renewing, and resetting health as well. And you can also look at pets and rental properties. I moved to a new rental property at the time. Did I get a new pet at the time? And got a new pet, Benji, at the same time. New pet, new rental properties. Yes, 2006, 2007, new health protocols and new work of protocol. So that was me in 2006, 2007. Now, of course, this happens every year, but it's the South Node. So it brings an element of destiny, of fate to the story. It's not simple, it's fated. And with Jupiter in the fourth house, it's lucky. That wasn't true back in 2006 and 7. Jupiter is saying in a sextile, I've got this. It's all going to be glorious, beautiful, and expansive. Now, and prosperous. You get richer by what you let go of in your work and work routines and what you add to it. Keep that in mind. You're also going to get better health because you're paying attention to it and you're doing things that increase your health from what you're doing in and from your home life. That's exciting too. Now, as we move to August 24th, the sun will square Uranus. As always, a surprise. It happens every year, but in this place, in the Gemini, you haven't experienced it yet. Sun square Uranus has been happening since 2018 in the sign of Taurus, which has been about your money stories, your food style. Now you're moving into a new narrative. Sun in the house of work, rentals, tenancies, pets, and service and work. And Uranus in the house of writing, communicating, marketing, selling, social media platforms, teaching, traveling. There's a kind of pop surprise. What is it? With the sun involved in the workhouse, it's definitely going to connect you to work and travel, work and teaching. And it's going to be unexpected. Now, is it negative because it's a square? No, not at all. Squares just mean you need to take some action, make some decisions. It's critical turning points around deciding, acting, and getting something to go forward. On August 25th to the 26th, you're going to notice that Venus is trining Saturn. She's moved into Leo. She moves into Leo, by the way, on June 26th to September 18th. Is that ever going to be great for your creativity, your entrepreneurship, your play, your fun, your joy, using your talents and gifts in the world, having some support from Saturn and Neptune in a trine? You're going to love the vibe of you being you. As this story begins on June 26th, it's got a lot to be said for also love and romance taking a turn for the better, especially if you're single, new love. But you begin to feel this new energy field opening up on August the 25th, 26th. And here we have the trine to Saturn and Neptune. So if you're single, dreamy love, soulmate love, true love from people in the past lives, or even just recent people you've known in the past because of retrogradation from Saturn and Neptune, a renewal of an older love story, I know a resurgence of passion and romance, creative projects really flowing, and your imagination and your discipline and your creative discipline are super powerful here. And also, Venus here is a fertility transit. If you can have a baby, well, then you can get pregnant. And that pregnancy transit, men or women, just a couple can get pregnant. It's not a small thing, August 25th to 26th. But in the sextile to Uranus, you might be surprised. You might not expect it. That's unexpected pregnancy or unexpected grandmotherhood. Either one could happen, grandfatherhood. Yeah, all of those are possible. On August the 31st, oh, and you could win money here. Venus is in the house of speculation, gaining, games, lottery wins. Mercury's a ballot guy, also the lottery ticket. So you're in a nice little window when you have both Venus and Mercury together here to win some money. And if you want to take advantage of that, then I would say your highest opportunities are around August the 25th until, well, the whole transit. Yeah, to September 18th. On the 18th, Mercury leaves. So August 25th to mid-September is a good time for you guys to play the lottery, more so in September when she conjuncts Mercury. All right, next, we have Mercury trining Chiron. So I've been telling you about the healing of Chiron, right? Sun trine Chiron August 19th, Venus squares Chiron August 21, 22. Now Mercury trines Chiron, the final act. Now, again, your chironic wound has been healing and going in and out on and off for a long, long time, guys. 2019, go figure. So when Mercury starts to flow backwards to Chiron, and you'll feel it on August 30th and 31st, the story is quite simple. You are going to have some news, information, deals, negotiations, commercial success, even because of the sextile to Mars, that allows for you to heal the wound of career, the wound of your home and where you live, and the wound of your identity. Who am I in this world? I have how could I have an identity wound, right? I kind of think, am I really just going to be an astrological weather girl? Is that going to be on my tombstone? She told the weather astrologically. That's not my goal in this lifetime. So we all can really lean into this nice week, this nice month of August as fellow Aries. Don't forget to check out my Sky Reader. I'd love to have you in class with me, learning to be your own astrologer, time your best life. I'm teaching you simple astrological tools after you get the basic fundamental understanding of the sky. And in this class, you're going to learn some Hellenistic astrology tools, not modern astrology, about predictions and understanding how to see which way you should go in your life, which is the best direction, how not to swim upstream or battle against the wind. We're so often caught up in our ego, our mind, what we should happen, what must happen, and what should and must happen, and maybe not what's best to happen. And so by leaning into what the sky suggests is the least resistance and the highest success path, timing your best life, astrology is a useful tool. It really, really is. I've learned a lot by using it in my own life. Thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell and share this video with friends and family if you think they might benefit from it. I'll see you guys in our next videos. Thanks, fellow Aries.